OSI model is what this is like how your connection is going through from different layer. That is what OSI model is, that we are going to learn. And some devices, like what is the working of that device. Devices means what, if we take the router, so what is the use of router, how the working of router, why we are using router, and how it supports for the networking. So that all we are going to learn. Okay, so let's start with the NIC. NIC, it is a network interface card. Network interface card. Anyone know about NIC card?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me tell you. So network interface card, what it's doing, it enables your computer to connect with the internet. Connect with the internet means what? Without internet, you can't search anything to the network, right? Means to the internet. If you want to search something or browse something, connect with the Google. So what you need to connect with the internet first, right? So two options will be there. One is a Wi-Fi and second one is what? LAN cable, right? So this is what NIC's work is. It is enable you to connect with the internet. If NIC card is not present in your laptop or in your computer, you will not be able to connect with the internet. So that is the use of NIC card. So NIC card will having one Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi port will be there, who is enabling you to connect through Wi-Fi, and also one LAN port will be there in NIC, so that you can connect the internet cable through that through that port, right? So previous what happened, like previous old computer was there, right? So their NIC is not there in each and every computer. So there they are giving option that you can connect that NIC externally, or you can take that NIC as per your requirement. Like previously, if just for documentation purpose, if you are taking the PC, then you don't need the internet, right? So at that time, NIC they are giving optional, but for now, NIC is a like it is must, right? Without NIC you can't access internet, and without internet you can't do anything, right? So NIC now it's coming inbuilt. So let me show you how it looks like. NIC card. So once you see this, you'll understand what is NIC. Okay, you can see this, right? Give me a second. Okay, you can see this. This is what that cable port. My screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is what this is your LAN port through which you can connect your LAN connection, right? And here this is a PCI connection. Here you can see. My voice is breaking for everyone, or it is fine? Hello, my voice is breaking, or is this fine?
No, ma'am, it is fine.
No, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, someone message me. Maybe there is some issue from your end. Please check your internet connection. Okay, so here you can see this is what one NIC card, gigabit Ethernet NIC. So here you can see the Ethernet port through which you can connect your LAN cable. It is here you can see the company D-Link. So D-Link, some router also they are providing, right? Okay, and here you can see the PCI connection, and some Wi-Fi port also will be there through which you can connect through the Wi-Fi. So this is what the NIC, and this is now it's coming inbuilt through your laptop or PC, whatever you are taking, it will come inbuilt. Otherwise, in previous computer, here you can see some different ports are there, right? This is what different cable port is there. So this is old NIC. This is new type of NIC where just this LAN cable Ethernet port is there, Okay, now it's coming inbuilt with your PC. So let's take the definition and some information of NIC. NIC card, it enables computer to connect to the network. Enables computer to connect with the to network. It enables computer to connect to the network. Okay, guys, just give me 2 seconds. Someone facing internet issue. I think he is not able to connect. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me check with him. Okay, it enables computer to connect to network or connect with network. It turns data into electrical signal. It turns data into electrical signal that can be transmitted over the network. That can be transmitted over the network. So here you can see it turns data into electrical signal. Means what? If you are connected with the LAN cable, so through computer you can access the internet, right? But it is going through some wired medium. Means what? It is converting your data into the electrical signal. Like if you search for the google.com, that your request or that your data will convert it into the electrical signal, and then it will be transmitted through the network. And again, whatever the request which is coming for your like if you search for google.com, so one response will come, right, that you have requested, and for the same one response will come. So again, that response also will be converted from electrical to data, and that you can visible onto your screen. So it is a wired medium. Also, if you are using wi-fi, so one router will be there, right? So you are using wi-fi. Through wi-fi, that waves like wi-fi waves, that will be converted into the electrical signal by your router, and then it will be transmitted. Means wired medium will be come under the like it is a come to it's come in a picture, like if you are using any wired medium or wi-fi medium, whatever you are using, it will come into picture, and that your data into convert into the electrical signal, and then it will be transmitted through the network, and whatever you are requesting, that will be converted into the data, and that you can see onto your screen. That is the use of NIC card, network interface card. Okay, so next is a MAC. I think you heard about this MAC. It is a MAC address. Means every PC having one unique MAC address. Not PC, every NIC card having one number, that is called as a MAC address, media access control. Media access control. Okay, MAC address. So it is also called as a physical address of your PC. So every NIC card having one hardware address, it is known as a MAC. Every NIC card having one physical address, let's take directly physical address It's called as a MAC, Media Access Control Address. Okay, so it is a string of 6 set of 2 digits. I will show how it looks like. It is a string of 6 digit. Sorry, 6 set of 2 digit. Or characters separated by colons. So here how it looks like: 00 colon 83 colon H2 sorry AB colon 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, so it will look like this. So I will show you how you can find out the MAC address of your PC. Guys, please mute yourself. Okay, so how you can find out MAC address of your PC? Just concentrate here. You need to go to the CMD, okay, command prompt of your PC. If you go here to the search bar and search CMD, okay, you will get the command prompt of your computer. So I'm opening this. Is this visible to you?
Sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is what command prompt of my PC, and I'm showing you how to find out the MAC address. So if here give here command get MAC, okay, and address of your PC. Okay, so here you can see this is maybe this is a LAN which is media disconnected, means I am not connected through the LAN, and this is what Wi-Fi medium. Here I have connected with the TCP/IP. You can see here TCP/IP device, and this is what some connection request, and here this is a MAC address. Okay, so 2 MAC addresses are there. This is disconnected, and this is I am connected through this one. Okay. Also, you can use ipconfig for the same. That is, with that also you will get ipconfig/all. Okay, so here under the physical address, you can see here under the physical address that MAC address is there, and here you can see wireless LAN adapter, means I am connected through the Wi-Fi, and you can see here Wi-Fi same physical address, right? It's same physical address is showing here, means I am connected through this MAC address, right? This is what the MAC address or physical address you can see of my PC. Okay, and one more address will be there, Ethernet adapter address, right? But I am not connected with this one. You can see here wireless LAN adapter local area connection 1. So that is also not connected. I'm connected through this one here, this one. Okay, so this is what MAC address to. Here you can see multiple addresses are there. To avoid confusion, you can use this one, get MAC. Okay, through get MAC you will get the exact MAC address. So this is what the MAC address of your laptop or your PC. You can check for yours. Try to give this this command get MAC. Okay, so I'll show here how to get MAC address. Okay, so go to search menu here. Okay, search bar you can say, let's take bar, then search bar, then type there CMD here. Okay, then go to command prompt, and there you need to give command get MAC, okay, or ipconfig.
Pooja, your screen is stuck here. We can't see that if you're entering something.
Okay, let me share once again. Now is this visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So here we need to give this search bar. We have to open the search bar here, right? And here you need to write cmd. So here you will get the command prompt. You can see here command prompt, and that you need to open. So once you open command prompt, there you need to give the command getMAC or ipconfig/all. Okay, so if you give just ipconfig, it will not show the physical address. It will show only the logical address. Okay, so with ipconfig all, you will get all details, all physical and logical addresses. Okay, so this is what okay. Okay, so this is how you can get the MAC address of your PC. So now, do you have any doubt in the physical address? Anything which is not understood?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Okay. So you can okay, you can go with the so this is you can find out your MAC with this. Okay, so now we have learned about the logical address of your PC. Okay, what is a logical address? IP address. IP address is also called as a logical address of your PC. What is IP means? IP means Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol address. Okay, so as you know, each and every PC having one address, right? One is a two addresses, you can say. One is a MAC address and one is a IP address. So IP address also, it is also like enabling you to connect with the internet, right? Because without internet, you without IP address you can't connect with the internet. That is also, I'll tell you how IP help you to connect with the internet. First, we will take, this is a logical address which will help you to connect with the other devices. It is a logical address used to communicate with other devices. Okay, its value of 32-bit 4-octet or 4-octet. Okay, 32-bit for IPv4, it's a 32-bit, or for IPv6 it will be 4-octet. So octet means what? It is a hexadecimal number. I will show you. Okay, you want to mark something?
Generally, okay.
Okay. Okay, here let me show you the IPv6 address. Here you can see. Just give me a minute. Is this visible to you?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what, this is IPv6. Here you can see IPv6 address, link local IPv6 address, and this is what IPv4 address. So this is my private address. Okay, I will tell you what is a private and what is a public address. So this is what the IP address is. Okay, it will be, its value is 32-bit or 4-octet. So here, like your IP address will help you to communicate with other devices. So let's consider one organization. So in the one organization, multiple PCs will be there. Or you, if you take example of your computer lab, right? So in a computer lab, there will be multiple computers will be there, right? It is connected in a queue. So that is what, that is one LAN, local area network, one local area network, where each and every PC will be connected like one in a one environment, multiple PCs will be there, right? So if one PC try to communicate with other device or other PC, so there for communication purpose you need this IP address. Okay, this logical address. So this logical address will help you to communicate with other device. So if you consider that one LAN, let me show you paint. It's visible to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here let's take multiple devices. Devices means what? PCs or laptop, whatever you can see. Your structure will be there, right? And this is what, this is a one LAN, and your PC will be connected to this. Okay, your all PCs will be connected to this, like this. This is a topologies are there. This is bus topology. That also I will show you. Just now I'll show you this one. Okay, this is what, this is your PCs connected to the LAN. Okay, so now if this device try to communicate with this device, so how it will communicate? So with IP address it will communicate, it will establish a connection like from this LAN to here, and then this PC will communicate to this this device will communicate to this. So this is what, this is, you can say, the internal communication. So in the internal communication, that PC will utilize its a private IP address. This PC will utilize its private IP address to communicate from one device to other device. So this is where your IP address will come into picture. Okay, so for public IP address, there are two type of IP addresses, one public IP address and one is private IP address. So if your this device is try to communicate the other device which is beside in a your organization network, this is different organization network. So if that PC, if this PC is try to communicate with the PC which is beside in a different network, so here your public IP address will be utilized. So that I will show you how it utilized. First we will take the definition. So this is what, this is a logical IP address and it's coming under 32-bit 14 octet. So for example, how it looks like, that I have already shown you, 192.168.2.3. Okay, so this is what your IP address is. It ranges now. There are two ranges of IP address. One is a IPv4, which is old one, and now IPv6 is newly newly it's come. So for IPv4, IP version 4. Okay, so for IPv4 the ranges is 2:32. Okay, and for IPv6 it is a 2:128. 2:128. Okay, so these many IPs are there. So it around like possibility of IP address is around 4.3 billion. Possibility of IP address is 4.3 billion. Means you can see how like this is a very big number, right? So but still, like what this is a possibility of IP address. Okay, but the internet using, like users who is using internet, that count is more than this count. Okay, that count is possibility of everyday internet using computers is more than 10 billion. So possibility internet using, sorry, everyday internet using, everyday internet using computers are more than 10 billion. Okay, so you can this, hello.
Yeah, Pooja, I have a question.
Yeah, that I'll tell you. See, that's why here, like this count is very high, right? So that's why this newly IP address is introduced now. It's you can see this count is very high, 2:128. So like it provide you the huge number of IP address. That's why this comes in a picture. So now each and every PC will be assigned with two addresses. One IP address is IPv6 and IPv4, and also like here it's showing your private IP address, and to avoid this thing, they have converted the IP address into private and public. So like two groups are there. So let me show you. So like if two computer assigned with the same IP address, so like here you can see then this number is high, right? So that if you assign same IP address to two computers, so it is what happened, like let me show you. If two computers are there, okay, let's say these two computers. Okay, these two computers are there and two computers assigned with the same IP address. Okay, not in a single network, in a different network also you can take. So if this computer search for the yahoo.com, okay, this computer search for the yahoo.com, and this computer search for the google.com. Okay, so now you let's consider these two computers having same IP address. Okay, and this computer is searching for the yahoo.com, and this computer searching for the google.com. So now whatever the responder, like for their request, who is responding, ISP will be their internet service provider. He is going to respond to both requests. When he is responding to the request, he is taking the request separately. Okay, he took his request separately, but when he got the response for their request, now internet conflict will happen, right? So your ISP will not come to understand like who which PC request for the Yahoo and which PC request for the Google. If same two names are there, then how you can identify which request requested by whom, right? So that's why IP conflict will happen, right? To avoid this, we have converted the IP addresses into two, like it's divided into two types, which is a private IP address and public IP address, right? Assigning same IP address to two different devices to two different computers or devices is not possible. IP conflict will happen. So IP address divided into two types. Into two types. One is a public IP address and second one is a private IP address. Okay, so these two type of IP addresses are there. One is a public IP address and one is a private IP address. So each and every computer will have these two IP addresses. If your computer is connected with the internet, then like if you are communicating with the internet, you will utilize your public IP address. Okay, and if your computer is communicating inside network or inside a LAN, then it will utilize your private IP address. Okay, so let me show you how it happens. So let's take this only. Okay, so we have taken this, right? So now this is one network and this is multiple PCs which is connected in the network, inside the network or in a one LAN. Okay, so here when your multi PCs is connecting in a one LAN, this PCs want to communicate with this will utilize your private IP address. Okay, and we have taken this one. This one, let me just a second. Okay, so this is one different organization and here inside one device is there. Okay, and now my device wants to communicate with this device. So with the private IP address, it's not possible. Why? Because this is range of your organization. This is range of your organization network. Please mute yourself. Like echo is coming. Okay, this is what range of your network. This one network we have considered, right? And this is what range of your network. So your communication will your device will communicate to inside network everywhere. It will communicate. But if it is trying to communicate with this one, so up to here it will communicate with the private IP address, and here one device will be there which is called as a router. Okay, this is router, and inside your router NAT will be there, network address translation. That device, NAT device, will convert your private IP address into public, and then it will continue your request, whatever you are requesting for, and it will provide it will give that that request to the destination device. Okay, so then destination device will get that request and it will respond. Once it will respond, again same thing will happen, that PC will like if it responded, then up to here, up to its boundary, its network boundary, it will communicate with the private IP address. Again here NAT device will be there, then that NAT device will convert that IP address into public IP address, and then that request will go forward. Again when it come to the boundary of our network, again same will be converted, that public converted into private, and then our router will take it inside. So let me this is some mess is there, let me show you clearly. Okay, so let's take two networks, this is one and this is two networks. Okay, and two devices here, one device and two device. Okay, so here on the boundary of our network, one router will be there, and here also one router will be there. Okay, and this is what, this is a public network or internet. Here in between public network is there, right? And this is what, this is one private network, and this is boundary of your private network. Private network, this is also one private network. Okay, so here here private IP address will be assigned to this one, right? 192.168.1.1. Okay, so this private IP address will be there. When it is requesting for this device, your request will go to the NAT. Okay, here NAT will convert your private IP address into public. Okay, so now when that request is coming through the NAT, then one public IP address will be there. So let's take public IP address here, 128.0.0.1. Okay, so this is what one public IP address means. This IP is converted now into this IP address, and now your request is taking through that IP address only. Again through the public network, it will be given to the this private networks router that will take that take that request. Okay, so now it's coming from this IP address, okay, not from this IP address. Again your router will give that to internal PC. When your internal PC is responding to that request, again private IP address will be there. Again your NAT will convert that private to public, then through public it will come here, then again your router will convert public to private, and it will take inside. So your private IP address, if you want to find out, you can find out from here with the same command, ipconfig. Here ipconfig. Okay, I'll give the notes as well. Here you can see ipconfig, enter. You can my screen is visible to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is what this is my IP address, private IP address. Okay, 192.168.234 and 148. This is what, this is a private IP address of my PC. And public IP address I will show you here. If you go to the if you Google it, what is my IP, what is my IP, enter. So here you can see this is my IP address. Okay, this is IPv6 IP address. So with what is my IP, you can find out your public IP address. This is, you can see here, your public IP address means with this IP address I can communicate with the internet. How I can communicate with the internet? If I'm searching something, google.com, if I'm requesting for google.com, I'm getting the response within few seconds, right? If I search here IP address and enter, so this is what my request, and I'm getting the response for that request, right? So this is what, this is whatever data I have received, this is what response. So I'm communicate with the internet, and this is through this IP address I'm communicating with the internet. Okay, so this is what, this is my public IP address, and this is my private IP address. Sorry, This is my private IP address. Okay, so these are the two IP address. So let me tell you the ranges of this IP addresses. So there are some classes, class A, class B, class D. So there are some classes of IP address, private and public. Let's start with the public IP address ranges. Classes of public IP address. Okay, so class A, class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. So generally these three classes are used for the communication purpose. These are some reserved and all, but still this three will be used for the communication purpose. Okay, so class A ranges start from the 0.0.0.0 to 126.255.255.255. Okay, class B ranges from 128 dot 0.0.0 to 191.255.255.255. Okay, class 3 ranges 192.0.0.0 to 223.255.255.255. So here you can see it after one dot, like after one dot, it start from 0 to 255. Means 0 to 255 means what? 0 to 255 means it is a 256 numbers. 256 numbers, right? So here 0 to 255 means 256 number, 256, 256, 128. These many numbers of IP addresses will be there, right? I will calculate how to calculate it. That also I will show you. Okay, so this is 0 to 255 means what? 256 numbers are there. 256 number of IP address. So once like how it will, how your IP address will convert it. This 000, it will start from 1, 00001, then 0002, 0003. It will come up to 255. Okay, means one IP range is completed. Now it will start from here, again from here 1, then 2, then 3, up to 255, right? So these many number of IP addresses are there. Class D IP address ranges from 224.0.0.0. You can see all ranges from, only first number is different, otherwise all numbers from 00 to 255, right? To 239.255.255.255. Okay, class E is 240.0.0.0 to 255. This is what? This is end, right? This is end. 240. Sorry, it's not 49. It's 40. 240 to 255.255.255.250. This is what? This is last range. Okay, this is first range 0.0.0 to this is last range. All digits will 255. It means these many numbers are IP addresses are there. Okay, this is what? This is the range of public IP address. Now we will take the range of private IP address. Classes of private IP address. Okay. Class A, class B, and class C. This is like here for private, only 3 classes are using class A, okay. So class A will start from 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255, okay. Class B starts from 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Class C ranges 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. Okay, so here you can see in between like 10 in between 10 to 126, this 10 is whole 10 range is assigned to private IP address. Okay, it's coming under this one, right? So whole 10 range is assigned to this one. So now here 128. Okay, so here also in a class B also 172 range is assigned to 172 range is also assigned to class B. Here you can see 16.0.0 to 31.255.255. So if you compare the public IP address and private IP address, so private IP address ranges are less than public IP address. So why it is less? Because it is utilizing in a single network, like I have shown you, right? Here only in a single network you are using your private IP address, right? So if you are using private IP address in single network, means what? It is like it just belongs to your network. So that's why private IP addresses are less than public IP address. Public IP address you are utilizing in a public network. So so that like if each and every PC which is connected to the network, it is having one public IP address, right? So that's why the range of public IP address is more than the private IP address. Okay. So tomorrow we will take again we will take this topic, public and private IP address, and I will tell you the difference between this one, public and private IP address. What is the difference between in these two? So meanwhile, let's take more 5 minutes. If you have any doubts or something, I will clear those.
Pooja, can you explain about the diagram that you just shown? The
This one,
two
right?
circles. Yeah.
Just a minute. This one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this we have taken this 2 organization network. Okay, so this is one organization and this is 2 organization. Sorry, this is second organization. Okay, so like here in one organization multiple devices will be there, so we have taken one PC as an example, and here also in this also multiple PCs will be there, we have taken this one as an example. So if this device want to communicate with this device, okay, so this is like this is not coming under the single network, right? This is coming under the different network. This is totally different network and this is totally different network. So how this device will communicate with this? So like if this inside network, if this device is try to communicate with this will utilize the private IP address to communicate with this. But if it want to communicate with the different organization device, it needs it's a public IP address. So that I have told you, like how this device will communicate with this device. Once it is requested, that request will go to the NAT device, which is a network address translator. It will convert your private IP address into public, and then it will take your request to the public network. This is a public network, and here in your public network you can't communicate with your private IP address. in public network you can't communicate with your private IP address, means this IP address is not utilized here. You cannot connect with the other device with your private IP address. Okay, so that's why your NAT is converting your private IP address into public. So we have taken an example of this public IP address which is converted by your NAT. Then this public address will taken by the public network. Okay, so with the help of this IP address you can communicate with the public network, and then your request will go to the next device NAT, next organization NAT. So again your NAT will convert your private, now here request coming through the public IP address, right, this public IP address. So this IP address will same come here 128.0.0.1. Okay, so this is what, this is a request of this device. Okay, so same IP address is coming here. So this like this request is coming to the NAT, then it will take that request inside, and then when this device is responding to that request, again it will respond to the private IP address. Here this NAT will convert that private to public, and then it will take to the public network to the next organization. So we have taken this one organization and second organization, and how it's communicating to the public network. So by using this NAT devices, it will convert your private to public, public to private, vice versa.
Thank you, Pooja.
Okay, thank you. So let me take attendance. Please don't disconnect. Okay, and please don't be confused. This is, I know this topic is somewhat confusing, but tomorrow I will take this topic again. Private IP address and public IP address. Also, I will tell you what is the difference between a public and private. Why we are using this two IP address and what is exact difference between these two. That is also I will tell you. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So just give me a second. I will take the attendance. So today is 22 November. Deep, Adinarayana, Akil, then Abhinash, Chinmay, Durga, Ganesh. Ganesh, you have connected, right? From half lecture you have
Yes, Pooja.
continued.
Yes, just 30 minutes later.
Okay, no problem. I'll just continue this. Okay, Kiran is Kiran, right? Or Harshita, Prasad, I'll do one thing. I will make a roll call list, and because now some guys are not, means like who is going to continue, that once I'll get the list, then I'll call your names. Okay, now I'm just writing it. Mohit, Murthy, Prashant, Praveen. Two Prashants are there. Praveen. Prem. Prithviraj. Sadhu. Sampat. Shailaja.